Welcome back, guys. And in this video of our JavaScript nuts and bolts, today I want to talk about still the template literals. And for this specific video, I want to speak about tagged template literals. So without further ado, let us dive in and see how to use the tagged template literals. So far, we've seen from our previous video how to use template literals. And we saw that the template literals are simply a way of enabling you to use expression, variables, and even function within your strings output. So in this video, I want to speak about tagged templates. And tag templates are very simple. And the way they apply is that you can be able to use template literals together with a function. Yeah. So you attach a template literal to a function and you're able to get a specific output that you desire. So for example, now in the normal or rather the traditional way that we are used to outputting, let us say I want to output special characters out of in a string output, I'll do something like this. Let us say maybe these are special cars. And then I'll do something like this. Maybe I want to output maybe, an end line, maybe a tab, and then maybe um, let us say maybe an apostrophe like that. And so if I output this code, nothing fancy, it will give me this out here, these special cars, and then the new line, and then the tab special characters. And in many occasions, you see this thing here, this slash here. I've put this so that within the string can be able to understand that the next thing that comes after this forward slash here is a special car, and that is why you see it output this. Otherwise, if I had done something like this with this without this forward slash and then just run this code, then the string won't be able to recognize that these are special characters, and as such, it will just print these characters are the normal spacing because it has interpreted this guy as a new line and this other guy as a tab. But now using our guy here, tag template, I can use a function by the name string. I can just say string dot row. And so with this function now, I can use my template literal like this. Just remove this apostrophe. So I can use my template literal like this. And so let me just run this code. Let me just actually add one forward slash here before I run this code so that you can see what I'm talking about. And then another forward slash here, and then another forward slash, and then an apostrophe like that. If I run this code, you can actually see that when I do this string.draw with the template literals, it output everything within this string output. So which means I do not even need to use this forward slash in order to tell my string that I'm outputting a special character. So I can simply do this and just remove this guy like this. And then this will simply give me the same output. Sorry, I need also to remove here. And so this will give me the same output. So that is one advantage of using tag templates. So tag templates, as I've said, simply means you're using this template literal here, and you're attaching it to a special function. And many a times when you're attaching it to a special function, you don't need to put, the braces in order to pass the parameter. You only need to call the function and attach template literal. So let me give you a more concrete example that you can be able to understand this clearly. So let us create our function here, and let us call this function print details, right? And this function as fast as this, and so we shall have our function like that. And then what we're going to do is that this function is going to take two parameters. The first parameter is going to be text, and then the next parameter is going to be an argument. And if you have if you have checked my series, the way you call an argument is use these three dots and then the name of the argument. In this case, I'm going to say expressions like that. And then inside this function, I'm going to do something very simple. I'm just going to console.log. And the first guy that I'm going to console.log here is our guy text. And then the next guy is going to be our guy expression. And so I'll just again console .log and I'll pass our guy expression inside here. As simple as that. And then down here now, using the tag template, I can simply call our function, which is print details, and then print details. Then instead of even using the curved braces, I can simply use the template literal like that. And then I can actually let me add a variable here. And let us just call this variable prime number. Rather, let us say my prime number. So, and let us assign this to maybe something like 11. That is good. And now inside this template literal, I'm going to say my best, my best, my best, my best, let us say my best prime number is, and then I can pass our guy here by simply doing this and then say my prime number like that is 7. My best prime number is 7, comma, and then I can say it is awesome. It is awesome. So, and up to that, we're done. So let me explain what will happen behind the scene so that you're not surprised when I print this output. So what happened is that in this function, when you use a text like this, if you check my previous videos on arguments and using function, when you pass something like this, when you pass a variable like this here with a value, or rather with an argument like this, is that this first parameter here that you have passed will be equal to all this string part of these template literals, right? So this strings part of this template literal will be assigned to this text. In other words, it will create an array of strings whereby it will put this string here as the first parameter, then this as the second element, like that. While this second part here, which is expression, will be the expression part of this template literal. And so let me just run this code and see what it will print. As you can see down here is that we have in the first line here, my best prime number is comma, and then it is awesome. So it has taken this strings part, this string part of this template literal, which is my best prime number is, and this other part, it is awesome. While this second part here, which contains the expression, has been assigned to this argument here. That is why you're seeing 11. And the interesting thing about this tag template is that this string part will always be more than this expression part by 1. And so by that I mean, if, for example, let us say if I just pass empty strings like this without passing any string, and uh, I just pass an expression like this and then run this code, you'll see that this this string part will have 2 empty string, while this expression part will have 1 string, which means this part of the string will always be more by 1 as compared to this expression part. In the same way, if I do something like this, and let us say maybe, let me actually just clean up this guy, and let us say maybe I just pass 1 string here and just say my prime number, like that. and then I run this code. As you expect, again, this string part will contain two parts, the string and an empty string. So guys, that is how you can be able to use these template literals with a tagged function. So without, I hope you have learned something, and in our coming lesson, we shall be able to see how interesting you can be able to apply this tag template in order to simplify your code and make your code much more efficient. And without further ado, guys, as usual, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and until we meet again, bye-bye. Check one two, check one two. So guys, that is how you can be able to use these template literals with a tagged function. So without, I hope you have learned something, and in our coming lesson, we shall be able to see how interesting you can be able to apply this tag template in order to simplify your code and make your code much more efficient and uh, just much more effective. And without further ado, guys, as usual, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and until we meet again, bye bye.